Hey everyone, it's Tony again with Trust the Breakup, the channel where I help you get through one of the toughest times of your life, a breakup. And if you're watching this video, you're probably going through one. And perhaps you're thinking that you lost the love of your life, that you're never going to meet anyone as good, and that your whole world is falling apart. If so, you're probably in a scarcity mindset. And we're going to take a closer look at that today, a scarcity mindset after a breakup and why it's holding you back and how to overcome it. You see this dude here, he is for sure in a scarcity mindset. So let's take a deeper look. What is scarcity anyway? Let's find out why you have a scarcity mindset as well. Well, scarcity is limited availability, something that is in short supply. And after a breakup, or even in the dating process, you have this idea that you've lost someone and that no one else is out there, or that you're going to have a really, really hard time meeting someone else because a good date, good people to date are in short supply. That's the mindset that you have, and it's causing different reactions from you that are going on inside your head. How does this scarcity mindset develop though? Where does it come from? And don't worry, nothing's wrong with you. It's common, very, very common. I've gone through it big time before. That's why I can help you. That's why I have a good understanding of it. And hundreds and thousands of people go through this scarcity mindset while they're dating and especially after a breakup. But where does it come from? Well, we grow up with it. If you look back at your childhood, you probably see it in your family economics, your family's financial situation, where you had to go without some of the things that you wanted. Maybe even your mom or dad had to work two jobs and things were limited to your family. Maybe you didn't always get those Christmas gifts that you would hope for because your family had to watch the budget. And the scarcity uh, is something we grow up with and it stays with us. And maybe even if you came from a middle class family and there were just certain vacations you couldn't go on, or other things you had to cut out because of financial situation. So we grow up with it. It's all around us. Then you go into junior high and high school, and for most of us guys, we didn't date the hottest girl at the school. We didn't date the hottest girl in our class, or that the beautiful homecoming queen or whatever. She always went to the other guy, right? She always went to this stud of the football team or some athlete or something. And we maybe you dated girls that you felt you had to date girls that weren't quite up to those standards because the girl you really wanted, or the hot girl that you had this super big crush on, was always taken by someone else. Then you become adult and you can't live in the housing that you want because the rent's too high. You can't drive the vehicle that you want because it's too expensive. Um, Maybe you don't knock it out of the park in job interviews and the job goes to someone else, or you have a hard time even getting an interview. The position you want is only taking two or three people, and there's 25 people interviewing. So this scarcity mindset, this limited availability, this shortage of stuff just has just been a part of our lives, and it carries into the dating realm. It's in marketing and sales. How many times you pass by a store and there's a sale going on, but it's only for 2 or 3 days. President's Day sale, Memorial Day sale, or you're shopping online and it'll say only three in stock. And there's this FOMO, right? We call it the fear of missing out, and everything's just it seems to be in such short supply. And then you look at your dating history, and maybe you go out once in a while. Maybe you're that person who, by the time you're 25, 30, 35, you've only had two or three girlfriends, or ladies, two or three boyfriends. Like, you don't date that much. You get into a relationship once in a while. Maybe 2 or 3 years go by between relationships. And so this scarcity mindset has just been a part of us, I should say, as a population since our upbringing. Now, how to know if you are in a scarcity mindset? We're going to look at how to know in the dating process, while you're in the process of dating, and after the breakup? Well, number one, you're jealous. If you're a jealous person, you have a scarcity mindset. You don't want your girlfriend to go out with her friends. When she does, you're a little bit nervous of who she's going to meet. Her coworkers make you jealous because maybe she works with other guys, or they go out to happy hour, they go hang out. You're a little jealous. When she goes on vacation with her family, you're always wondering who is she going to meet. Um, and you have this jealousy about you, which is showing that you have this scarcity mindset because uh, your mind is so focused on her and losing her. And then if you're needy, you need your date or the person you're dating, the one you're in a relationship with, for validation. You don't feel validated if you're single, and having someone to go out with, having someone there validates you. Or you find yourself over texting. If you're someone who is in the early stages, especially if you're over texting, or if 24/7 you want to be around that person and you need to hear from them, and if 2 or 3 hours go by without a text or a phone call, you feel unsettled. Scarcity mindset for sure. Also, if you're afraid of that person leaving. You're afraid of being alone. A lot of people don't know how to be single. They don't know how to be alone. They don't like it, so they get into the classic rebound relationship. Or if you're afraid that you're never going to find another person. You've had a breakup, and now weeks and months have gone by, and you feel that you're never going to find another person, or you get very clingy in the relationship because you feel the breakup hasn't happened, but you feel you're never going to find another person, and so you get very clingy. And see, look at this guy is like that, and the girl's pushing him away. And then waiting. You're expecting the call, you're expecting the text, or you're expecting that they're going to make up with you. Now, to sit around waiting and expecting a call or a text definitely shows a scarcity mindset. And anticipating that you're going to make up with each other and restore the relationship could be a sign as well. Now, obviously, there are stages and there's times where you have to allow it to happen. Look at my video about the stages of breakup recovery. But I'm talking about if months, or for some people years, go by and you still anticipate that that person's going to they're going to call you, you guys are going to restore the relationship. Definitely scarcity mindset. So these are all signs that you're someone who has that, and you can get out of it. All right, you can get out of it. What's the opposite? The opposite is an abundance mindset. An abundance mindset. People don't focus on losing their girl, or ladies on losing the guy. You don't focus on that. You focus on just building their relationship. The thought of losing her isn't something that in the back of your mind kind of haunts you, or you're scared about to the point where you don't like her going out with her friends, or you don't like her going on vacation and things like that. People in an abundance mindset don't think like that. Also, you're willing to part. Now, don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean that you don't care if you break up, or that you want to break up, or whatever if you break up. That's not what I mean. What I mean by willing to part is if it happens, not that you want it to, or that it wouldn't bother you or hurt you, but if it does, you understand that you're still complete. You're still whole. You're still you. You're still attractive. And there's going to be someone else out there. Even though, yes, it is going to hurt, and you are going to be bothered with that breakup. I've heard it compared to this. It's like having a butterfly land in your hand, and you enjoy the moment, you enjoy its beauty. Maybe you cup your hand a little bit to protect it from the wind, or protect it, give it some shade. But if you close it tight, you're going to kill that butterfly, it's going to definitely fly away. But if you just leave your hand open and allow it to either stay or leave, then you have that butterfly in your hand longer. Someone always said once too that you have to love in a way where the other person feels free, not clingy and not overbearing. People with an abundant mindset, they have a mindset of options and that the future holds more. Okay? They know that there's other things for them. They know that there is another girl out there, another guy out there. They know that they're moving in their future. They're moving in their education, in their career, and that the future does hold more. And you get to enjoy being a couple more like these folks here. Now, like the video, subscribe, all right, and keep on listening because we're going to get into how do you break away from it, all right? Shifting from scarcity to abundance. Scarcity to abundance. How do we do that? Well, I want to equip you with information and knowledge and tips on how to do that because you don't want to stay in a scarcity mindset. So let's take a look. Number one, think logically. All right. If you just think logically and not emotionally, because after breakups, we're flooded with emotion. So we have to think logically. And logically, there are hundreds of options out there, really. Right? You think of all the people living in your area, all the people that are available. There are hundreds of options out there. Now, I know you're going to say, but I don't meet them. But it's hard for me to meet them. I'm not meeting anyone. Don't think like that because there are other options, and we're going to get into that, okay? But there are other options out there. You just have to start putting some action into it. Number two, think of what you do have, not what you don't have. Okay, so what do you have? Well, you've learned a lot from this relationship, okay? You know what you want. You know that you are more mature from going through this relationship, okay? Maybe you still have a great job. Maybe you're still in great shape, okay? Maybe you still have your apartment where you're living. Someone would enjoy being a part of your life. Things like that, okay? What you still have rather than what you don't have or who you lost. Number three, listen, you are somebody's type. It's part of that logical thinking. I mean, think about it. You are somebody's type. You ever seen a kind of not so looking good dude and he has a beautiful girl? You're someone's type. Now, I believe in self-improvement. And yes, maybe you got to update your wardrobe or maybe you have to change your looks a little bit or just become a better version of yourself. But even if you don't do that, you are somebody's type. Look, if you went through a breakup, that means someone was with you. That means you were in a relationship and someone out there felt that you were her type. So you are somebody's type still. All right? Understand that. Number four, don't compare your new date to your ex. Now that's really tough to do, especially when the breakup is fresh. And I've done this many times where you meet someone else, but yet she doesn't quite do or act or look like the ex that you broke up with or broke up with you. All this scarcity mindset is really when you're the one getting broken up with, because if you do the breakup, then you still feel like you have some type of power. Like if you wanted her back, or ladies, if you wanted him back, all you have to do is call. But when you're the one who's been broken up with, you feel a sense of hopelessness and that scarcity mindset sits in. So when you meet someone, don't compare them to your ex, okay? It's best to appreciate that person for what they have and who they are, because when you think about it, they're going to have great stuff that your ex didn't, okay? So try to judge everyone on an individual basis and how much you like her, not how different she is or what she lacks compared to how you felt with your ex. Number five, train your mind to recognize possibilities. There's a lot going on out there, you guys, especially today. It's never been easier to meet people. Get on dating apps, get on dating sites. And I know they don't work for everybody, but it does broaden your scope. You know, back before the internet, you were basically had to meet whoever you ran into or who you worked with, or maybe you went to church with, or in some group with, or class with, or something like that. Now, man, you can meet people from all over the area, even other countries. All right, so recognize possibilities. Um, Even something as basic as the grocery store, the gas station can be a possibility. A party, weddings, those can be possibilities. All right, so be open to that. And you're going to go ahead and gradually start getting yourself out of this scarcity mindset. All right, so I want you to subscribe. I want you to like, share the video if it's going to help somebody, okay? And if it's helped you, leave a comment. This is Tony from Trust the Breakup. I'm reminding you everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be okay. Trust the process, and it is a process, okay? God bless you guys. Everything's going to be fine.